Hey guys, it's Tuesday and the theme this week is mythology.
If I could look across the country, from California to New Jersey.
Okay, so the theme this week is mythology, and I'm going to talk about Greek mythology and angels. Greek mythology is actually something I've always loved. I've always been fascinated by the Greek gods and the Greek goddesses and demigods, and I can never say that word, so excuse me for that. And I've just always loved it. And I mean, I've been reading, I think I said this in another video, the Percy Jackson series, which involves all of that, and I think it's really interesting, and there's a lot of really good characters in that series, so I'd recommend it to anybody that likes Greek mythology, and it gives some twists on certain things that you would never expect. But I've always loved Greek mythology. Freshman year of high school, I had to write a research paper on a Greek god or goddess, and I chose Apollo, and Apollo's always been my favorite, and he's actually really interesting in the Percy Jackson series. He's amusing, but I'm not really going to talk about that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody if they do intend to read it. But I've just always loved that. I've always thought it was interesting how they believed that there was a god or goddess for almost everything. I mean, Apollo, who was my favorite, was the god of, he's a lot of things. He was the god of the sun, music, poetry, prophecy, truth, medicine, archery. I think that might be it. I could be missing stuff though, because he was the god of a lot of things. And then, you know, he had a twin sister, Artemis, who I actually think it's funny because Kamali, that's her favorite. And she was the goddess of the moon. And I think it's always interesting that they have these theories about gods and goddesses, and their whole entire ideas behind it, the Greek mythology and all the stories, the Odyssey, the Iliad, all of them I think have really interesting heroes stories, and you know, Hercules, all of those stories have always interested me, and I've always liked them. And then you have angels, and everybody can probably roll their eyes because they know that I have this intense fascination with angels. I love to write about them, and I love to read about them. I don't really know if they're included in mythology, but I'm going to include them in it. And I love to write about them. I love to write about, you know, the archangels. My favorite to characterize is, of course, Gabriel, and he's the messenger. And then you have Michael, who is, you know, the leader of God's army, and he's an interesting figure. And Raphael, Azrael, who I also like to write about, but my Azrael is quite different than the one you'd envision, because the Azrael you'd envision is the angel of death, and my Azrael is very reluctant to become that. And Ramiel, my Ramiel in my one story, was the one that led souls to heaven after they had died, and that he was an interesting character. And so I just always was fascinated by that idea too, and you know, whether there's actually angels or not, I don't know, but I really like the idea behind it, and I love to write about them. It can lead so many places. Guardian angels too, I mean, all of it can lead other places, but I mean, everybody can probably roll their eyes because they should have known that was coming, because I have this just intense fascination with angels. Other than that, I think I might end this video. It's spring break, and I am really excited about that. And there's just a lot of exciting things coming up. Like, I mean, Faithy's moving here in a few months, which is really exciting. We realized the other day that there's a movie coming out, and we can actually see it together. And like, that'll be awesome, because, I mean, I don't really have a lot of best friends around here that I do things with or want to do things with. You know, it's just Kamali and Amy I really see a lot. Jesse sometimes. I hang out with my brother and his girlfriend more than anything else, and I really wish that Mariah was out here so I could do more with her. But 2 years, that's not too bad compared to how long, you know, I've lived and how long I'm going to be going to school, so 2 years isn't that bad. Yeah, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to cut this off. Amy, I'll see you tomorrow, or maybe I'll see Faithy tomorrow, depending if we rearrange days, because everything is so messed up this week, because Davis is in Japan, and I hope he's having fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see whoever makes a video tomorrow.